Virtual Financial Team Prosperity Sniply Training. What you want to realize is that all Sniply is going to do for you, if you're doing what you should already be doing, which is staying active with your social media posts, some of what you're going to be posting is articles. All we're doing is taking what you're already doing and finding a new way to advertise and possibly create leads out of, like I said, what you already do. So Sniply is a great way to get into the habit of constantly, or what we say ABA, always be advertising, taking those posts that you normally take to LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and adding a snip with a call to action that could potentially create leads for yourself. So it's a way to drive conversion through the content that you already share by adding these call to actions down here. Now you're going to have to practice this. You're going to fail at the beginning. You're not going to know what you're doing. The key is to, like most things in life, don't quit doing it. Reevaluate what you're doing. Get better at it. And over the course of a number of weeks or months, you'll probably be a Sniply expert. Here's the way that you want to envision Sniply in your head. This is the way that I kind of look at it. This file cabinet right here is Sniply. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take file folders and you're going to put them in the file cabinet. The file folders are essentially your call to actions. And then these file folders that go in the cabinet are, of course, filled up with your articles, which are your daily posts. So your daily posts are organized in file folders that we call to actions, and those are placed in the file cabinet that we refer to as the platform and the interface of Sniply. That's really all you're doing. You're taking articles, you're organizing those to call to actions, and you're just continuing to pile those up. And then you take a look at your analytics. What's happening? Is nobody clicking? If they are clicking, are they not clicking on the call to action? And you go back, reflect, reevaluate, identify correct problems, and you just get better and better and better at this. So here's what you need to do. Besides what we always talk about, which is building a bigger audience in all of these platforms, because remember, more of an audience means more people are going to see your article, and the possibility of somebody clicking on that article grows as your audience grows as well. No matter what size your audience is, you've got to have an interesting article that people actually want to read or is trending news. That's one of the first real big things that you need to get good at. Interesting articles, interesting posts, trending news articles, things of that nature, things that people want to read. And now what we normally did is on the articles when we posted them, in that upfront part where we normally put a link or information about us, we also kind of summarize in the most clear and concise way what the article was all about, because a lot of people don't read the articles. Now what you need to do is flip that mentality. You need to have interesting verbiage or text you write as a lead-in to your post that entices more people to click on the article. So interesting article, interesting verbiage that leads into the article, and then once you've got them actually in the article, your call to action over here needs to relate to the subject of the article. Couldn't be something totally different. It needs to be relatable to the subject of the article, and it's something that catches people's attention immediately and raises enough curiosity or interest to click on that CTA or call to action. Then once you've got that point, if you've completed step 1, 2, and 3, and you've actually got them to the point they've clicked the call to action, this is where you send the prospect after they click the CTA. That needs to make sense according to the CTA, and you need to offer some information, but also have the opportunity to capture the data. That's the name, email address, and phone for lead purposes. So once again, interesting article, interesting lead-in, good, interesting call to action, and then all of it needs to be kind of brought into a landing page, a video page, a website, whatever it is that you want to do. Remember, don't give too much information without the opportunity to capture that data. Name, email, and phone. It's very important for lead creation purposes. So let's move out of here actually to the Sniply account. This is my Sniply account. Nothing to hide here. I'm just starting. Obviously, the numbers don't look that great. When you visit your dashboard right here, you're going to be able to see exactly what's happened. I've created 21 snips. Now, this is just stuff I'm creating and testing. Not really expecting much out of it in the beginning. I've had 91 clicks on those, 2 conversions, a conversion rate at about 2.2%. Now, that's not good, but look at this, guys. I'm not paying to learn this interface or platform. I get 1,000 free clicks per month. By the time I get past that, I should be in a point or a position where I understand this platform and how to extract value from it, and then the $20 a month or whatever they want is definitely a good investment. I recommend that you guys organize your call to action. So don't find an article and build a call to action. Build call to action so you have exactly what we have, the file folders like we described it, and as articles are seen from any type of other websites or any other type of platforms, you've got your file folders right here that you can organize them from. So the call to actions, when you scroll over these, kind of build distribution like McDonald's, Apple's, and Netflix, why I'm disrupting a $6 trillion industry, and maybe you should too. You can tell the difference between the first two. This first one right here actually has a button to click. The second one right here, same thing. They can still click on it, but I'm also using a text link. So I'm also getting the URL out there as well. Disruption in a $1 trillion industry. Take advantage here. Build passive retirement income on a large scale. Best franchise opportunity in America. Build massive passive income from home. Not seeing this could cost you big time. Most of my call to actions are related to the business opportunity. I do have a couple that are related to the products. Not seeing this could cost you big time is related or is tied into my living benefits landing page. A simple way to freedom that works for the rich. This is also another client page that goes to the IUL landing page. Ditch the office and cubicle for a virtual work lifestyle. And traditional models fail and digital models prevail. So there's just some things that I'm trying and testing. That's all I want you guys to do in the beginning. Just come up with some stuff, try it, test it, see what works, what doesn't work. And like I said, reflect, reevaluate, and get better and better at what you're doing here. Let's create a call to action. So we're going to go over here on our left-hand toolbar ledger, call to actions. And then we're going to go to the right-hand side over here in the blue box, new call to action. Now from this point, we're going to be able to create or select the brand. Now if you are on a free account, you only have one brand, which is going to be yourself. On the paid account, you can open up more brands. Skip over that. Next thing is the type. So you've got a couple of different options here. A lot of the stuff is going to be on the paid version, but you do have the button, which simply click here, find out more here, whatever you want to write there. And you also have the text link. So the difference obviously is the button is a button click. The text link is also a click, but it's also pushing your URL out there. It's visible. It's not hidden with a button. Let's go with the button. And now we're going to be able to create our CTA. So your first message is going to go here. What do you want to tell your audience? What are you going to try to get across to get them to entice this click? Let's come up with, let's take a break from this for just a minute. I want to show you guys in your social media swipe file that was given to you after your strategy call, you have social proof headlines. Now the first 27 pages of this going through some information. The back 10 pages is actually going to go through and give you examples of how to write headlines. This is a great way to kind of jog your memory and get the brain kind of moving in a direction where you're starting to think about good, effective headlines. If you guys do not have this, you can ask me for it. I'll be glad to send it over. You can also Google or look up effective headlines, effective email subject lines. You can even Google or look up effective Sniply CTAs and get some ideas from that. Going back over to our call to action, let's make our message, your boss doesn't want you to see this. Pretty straight to the point. Hopefully it will entice some people to click on there. Now, besides the message, you can also put whatever you want in the button text. So right here, maybe we put something like find out why here. And then so you've got your message, you've got your button text that shows up wherever your button is, and then the URL. This is what's going to be connected to the call to action. So we go over to our VFG Pro menu. We can scroll through and try to find out something that we want to use. So this index HTML, when we open that, it's got, no, this is the industry overview video, so we don't want that. Scroll down a little bit more, life one. So let's see, this one I think is going to be a good one because this has, you know, embracing the virtual work lifestyle. It also has the commute less, achieve more. This is a good landing page to send somebody to based on this call to action. So what we're going to do is we're going to erase that and we're going to paste that there. And now we've essentially created our call to action. Your boss doesn't want you to see this. Find out why here. Taking it to the /life1, and then we hit continue. Now from this point, you actually can do a little bit of customization. A lot of the customization has to do with or is associated with the paid account. But you can definitely change your theme. So this is the social theme, the disconnected picture with the snip right here. Now if you scroll down to full width, it's actually going to take them across the whole entire bottom of the page, which is something that, you know, you guys can play with. What's more effective? What gets more clicks? And that's part of what we do in the front end. We're just kind of beta testing these things to work out or to see what works out and what doesn't. Candy is going to take the picture and combine it with the snip. And the final thing is bean, which kind of gives you a circular look to the CTA. I'm going to leave it as the bean, and I'm going to finish the CTA, and now we're done. So when we have this call to action right here, you can see on our call to actions, it's right here, and it's right there. So now I've got that file folder in the file cabinet, and I can use it whenever and for whatever reason I want. Let's go over here and see about an article. Okay, this is a trending news article last couple of days. Amazon's trying to disrupt delivery service by building partnerships with entrepreneurs. So it's a great trending article. So what we do is copy that URL, and we go back over to our Sniply account. At the top left, or the top center, whatever you want to call it right here, you enter this URL. You paste it, and you create the snip. Now from this point, you've got the URL associated with that, but also now you've got all of your call to actions. So you can pick out whatever call to action. This is what I was talking about. The file cabinet, the file folders, and the articles are organized accordingly. Let's go with our new CTA right there. And once you've got the article, your call to action, you can go ahead and snip. Now from this point, you've got your snip. You can copy that snip and you can go to individual platforms, or you can choose to kind of seamlessly auto-post here, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn. It's your choice on how you want to organize that. Remember, though, you want the article to be trending. You want to be something that somebody actually wants to read. That lead-in information needs to be just as effective. Your call to action needs to be, something that entices somebody to click. And then the landing page or the information, the URL, the website, after they click, needs to make sense according to the flow of everything. So that is Sniply. If you guys have any questions, let us know. Don't expect much from Sniply in the beginning, but they're not expecting much from you. You're paying zero. You get an opportunity to learn this platform, this interface, and how it can be an effective marketing tool for you. By the time you've actually learned it and you get around to having the number of clicks that would support a paid account, you should have a return on that.